Hello, dear Hypercube science followers. Today we'll talk about one of humanity's biggest curiosities. Is life possible on Mars? For many years, the red planet has attracted the attention of scientists, astronauts, and space enthusiasts. But is there really life beneath or on the surface of its red soil? Or is it just a dream? How far has the search for life on Mars come? We'll look at all of this in detail using scientific data and the latest discoveries. Space exploration is moving fast. NASA, SpaceX, and other organizations are increasing their Mars missions. Humanity's dream of living on another planet is getting closer to reality every day. But this journey isn't easy. Mars's harsh conditions present serious challenges to sustaining life. In this video, starting with Mars's structure and atmosphere, we'll talk about the basic conditions for life there, the discoveries made so far, and what might await us in the future. If you're ready, let's dive into the mysterious world of the red planet. Mars's physical and atmospheric features. Mars is one of the most studied planets in the solar system after Earth. With a diameter of about 6,779 kilometers, it's a bit smaller than half the size of Earth. Its mass is about 11% of Earth's, and its surface gravity is roughly 38% of ours. This lower gravity makes movement easier, but it can pose risks to human health over the long term. Mars has a thin atmosphere made mostly of carbon dioxide. Its surface pressure is only about 1% of Earth's, making it hard for liquid water to stay on the surface. It either evaporates or freezes quickly. The atmosphere also has very little oxygen, so it's not breathable for humans. The average surface temperature is around minus 60 degrees Celsius, but daytime near the equator can reach plus 20 degrees Celsius, while at night it can drop to minus 70 degrees Celsius. These extreme temperature swings make adaptation very difficult for life. Mars, unlike Earth, does not have a strong magnetic field. This means harmful radiation from the sun reaches the surface directly. Such radiation is extremely dangerous for living beings and is a major obstacle to sustaining life on Mars. On its surface, Mars has massive volcanoes, deep canyons, and polar ice caps. Olympus Mons is the tallest mountain in the solar system, standing about 22 kilometers high. Valles Marineris, a giant canyon, stretches hundreds of kilometers long and thousands of meters deep. Water ice and frozen water exist on Mars's surface, especially in thick layers at the poles. Seasonal traces of salty liquid water have also been observed on the surface, providing an important clue in the search for life. Basic conditions and challenges for life on Mars. For life to exist, three basics are needed: water, an energy source, and suitable chemical elements. The presence of water on Mars is a big advantage, but most of it is frozen or extremely salty, making it hard to use. Low pressure makes it difficult for liquid water to remain stable on the surface. Because Mars's atmosphere lacks breathable oxygen, humans couldn't survive without spacesuits or sealed habitats. High radiation levels also require protection. The wide temperature range, from negative 70 degrees Celsius to plus 20 degrees Celsius, creates additional stress for life, and most organisms on Earth couldn't survive it. Food production is another big challenge. Farming would require soil treatment, closed-loop systems, and artificial environments. Searching for microorganisms and signs of life. When looking for life on Mars, scientists mainly search for microorganisms because simple life forms can adapt to extreme conditions more easily. From the Viking missions to NASA's Curiosity and Perseverance rovers, Mars's soil and surface have been carefully studied. Curiosity found organic molecules in Martian soil. Perseverance is running more advanced tests to search for possible traces of life. Seasonal spikes in methane gas in Mars's atmosphere could point to biological or geological activity. Evidence also shows that Mars once had rivers and lakes, meaning the planet may have had conditions suitable for life in the past. Human missions and colonization plans. NASA, SpaceX, and other space agencies are planning crewed missions to Mars in the coming years. But the trip itself takes many months and poses serious health and psychological risks for astronauts. On Mars, building shelters, securing water and energy, and producing food all present huge engineering and scientific challenges. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk envisions a colony of millions on Mars, aiming for a fully self-sustaining ecosystem in the long run. Making life sustainable on Mars. Some proposed terraforming projects aim to thicken the atmosphere and warm the planet, making it more habitable. Energy could come from solar panels, nuclear power, or other renewable sources. Closed farming systems and bioreactors are also being developed for food production. When life becomes sustainable on Mars, humanity will enter a new era. Living spaces in space will expand, and new technologies will emerge. Scientific and philosophical perspectives. Finding life on Mars would make humanity question its place and meaning in the universe. It would be more than a scientific breakthrough. It would be a philosophical and ethical turning point. Changing Mars's ecosystem would raise questions about our responsibilities to nature and the cosmos. Ethical limits on space exploration would become even more important. For decades, Mars has been one of the most intriguing planets for scientists. Known as the Red Planet, it may once have been a world with abundant water and more habitable conditions. So, what does science say about this? How is the search for life progressing? This part will look at scientific studies on life's possibility on Mars, the technologies used, and hopes for the future. Water on Mars. The key to life. Water is considered the foundation of life because all known organisms need it. Is there water on Mars? For years, this question has been at the center of space research. Glaciers on and beneath the surface give scientists hope. Thick ice sheets exist at the poles, showing that liquid water once flowed on the surface. NASA's missions have also found seasonal flows of salty water, called recurring slope lineae, which are important for the possibility of life. Still, this water is very salty and unstable, making it difficult to use. Organic molecules and signs of life. Organic molecules are the building blocks of carbon-based life. Finding them on Mars's surface and in its atmosphere is an important sign that life might exist, or might have existed, in the past. NASA's Curiosity rover discovered complex organic compounds in Martian soil, strengthening the idea that microbial life could have existed or might still be there. But organic molecules can also come from geological processes, so they're not definitive proof. That's why Perseverance rover plays a key role. It's searching for life signs in Jezero crater, once an ancient lakebed. Samples taken from this site could be brought back to Earth for detailed analysis and might finally confirm or rule out life on Mars. Challenges and solutions for human missions. The dream of humans setting foot on Mars is now realistic. NASA and SpaceX plan crewed missions within the next 10 to 20 years. But there are big obstacles. The average distance to Mars is 225 million kilometers, and the trip takes 6 to 9 months. Astronauts must cope with bone loss, muscle weakening, radiation exposure, and mental stress. After landing on Mars, astronauts would face new problems: building habitats, producing water and oxygen, generating energy, and growing food. Creating closed ecosystems and reliable life support systems would be essential. NASA's Artemis program and SpaceX's Starship project are working on the technology needed to overcome these challenges. Scientists are also developing planetary protection policies to avoid contaminating Mars and to preserve it in its natural state. Every mission goes through strict sterilization to prevent biological contamination. This ethical approach highlights the importance of sustainability in space exploration. The search for life on Mars, one of humanity's greatest adventures. Science, technology, and human imagination make this goal possible, but major obstacles remain. Personally, I believe the chances of finding microbial life traces on Mars are quite high. But for humans to live there long-term, we must overcome both technological and biological barriers. Do you think life on Mars is possible? Should humanity build a new home on another planet? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. See you in the next video. Take care.